If you've ever sat in silence and wondered, is this even doing anything? This episode is for you. Hello everyone, my name is Ikensi Mama Prosper Irene and I'm here with another book summary. We're still continuing our series on the book The Living Prayer, and we are in the 7th chapter and 8th episode of this series, which is titled Ascetic Prayer. What happens when prayer no longer feels alive? When the words feel dry, your heart feels numb, and God seems far away? In this chapter, we dive deep into one of the most common but least talked about parts of the spiritual life, the dryness of prayer. Too often, we tie prayer to emotion. We wait until we feel inspired or close to God or in the right mood before we continue to pray. But the danger in this is that we begin to treat prayer like a performance or a spiritual high rather than a relationship. And relationships, real ones, aren't built on constant emotion. They're built on presence, trust, and showing up, even when we don't feel anything. Using the wisdom of scriptures and the saints, we explore how prayer can be real and meaningful, even if it feels like a struggle. Using the wisdom of scriptures and the saints, we explore how prayer can still be real and meaningful, even when it feels like a struggle. Saints like Julian of Norwich reminds us that even our weakest, most distracted prayers are well-pleasing to God if they come from a faithful heart. And figures like John of Kronstadt show us that the very act of turning to God in our mess, our temptation, or even unworthiness itself is a powerful prayer. We're talking about how to pray when we don't feel like praying, and why routine, consistency, and quiet faithfulness matter more than bursts of inspiration. We look at how God's presence doesn't always feel warm or obvious, but that even His silence can be a form of intimacy. And now we are confronted with the temptation to create a false emotional experience of God rather than remaining open to the real encounter, however unexpected or ordinary it may feel. This episode is an invitation to take prayer seriously, not just when it feels good, but even when it feels like nothing at all. Because it's in those moments when we choose to stand before God in honesty, in weakness, and in silence that we learn what faithfulness really looks like. And over time, that kind of steady, humble prayer reshapes us and makes room for God to meet us in ways that we couldn't have planned. Thank you so much for staying with me till the end of today's summary. For questions, suggestions, and the written form of this summary, you could reach us at christianbooksummaries1@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. God bless you, and see you in the next episodes.